gentlemen, American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to another show, the Bulldog Sports Show with Eric Nick. We're going to have a special video for you next week about Nick. June 4th, 2023. I got on a guitar shirt. I don't know why. I put it on this morning. I didn't change it. I've had it on all day, Nick.
Well,
I'm not very sports-like. But we're going to talk about your shirt later. Top stories, the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds came within 4 games from the first place, Milwaukee. Then they lose to the Fenway in Boston. They lose the last game, and then they got swept by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, they played tomorrow. But
well,
they want to get swept.
Well, they've lost 3 in a row to Milwaukee.
It's the June swoon.
And you know what? My cousin Josh blames me for getting on the Reds bandwagon for causing this whole thing. And you know what I told my cousin Josh? No. The Reds do it to their fans year after year after year.
They have a great May and then the June swoon.
They give that little light, that slight bit of hope. But by the way, McClain, what a rookie.
Wow,
what a rookie.
Wow.
And they've got this guy coming up. I forget his name. They're going to call him up from AAA. Is hitting the hell out of the ball.
Right.
The Reds are filled with hope. They're filled with great young players.
A pitcher coming up, Abbott.
And you know what the Inquirer did? The Inquirer did a story about Joey Votto making the most of his IL, most of his time on the IL.
That's like the only story.
Oh, my God. Man. Joey Votto, who, you know what drives me and my cousin Josh, why do people talk about him being a Hall of Famer? First ballot Hall of Famer. Joey Votto?
He was on his way, but I don't think so.
Since he signed his contract, nothing.
Which is
nothing.
7 years, 8 years.
Now, a couple fun things about Major League Baseball. The Reds yesterday, 9 stolen bases in a game.
And 9.
Most stolen bases since 1976.
9 walks also, first time since 1913.
Meanwhile, Aaron Judge, talk about this. Joey Votto signs his contract. He sucks. Aaron Judge signs the biggest baseball contract in history. He's up to 19 home runs, running into fences. Don't you love Aaron Judge?
I do. I really do. I don't like the Yankees, but God, you got to like that guy.
Aaron Judge looks so big at the plate. It's like, how the hell does he get down and hit the ball? I mean, he's humongous.
He's adjusting to it, too. Boy.
But what a player.
Come out on that.
Churchill Downs, 12 deaths. So now Churchill Downs is moving their meet to Henderson County. There's a horse track in Henderson County. So it's going to be the same folks, if they choose to go, to Henderson County, the same meet. It's ridiculous. By the way, do you know why there's been 12 horse deaths at Churchill Downs? Because Churchill Downs track sucks.
Oh. So they're going to run the Kentucky Derby there?
Yeah, they already ran the Kentucky Derby there.
No.
Oh, no, just for this meet. Just for this meet.
Oh, okay.
Until they solve the problem. But it's awful.
All broken legs?
You can't have 12 deaths. Isn't it, by the way, this is funny. Isn't it hilarious where Willow is? Willow is lying, taking a nap right underneath our camera.
My dog would be up here.
Isn't that funny? All right, Jordan's response to Pippen. Did you hear about this?
I did. You told me about it.
I mean, Scottie Pippen rips Michael Jordan, says he wasn't a good player until I got there, blah, 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 blah. Michael Jordan had a great GOAT response. He said, when you say Michael Jordan's name, you should say Scottie Pippen's name. He was the best player I ever played with. I wouldn't have won those championships without Scott. I mean, nothing but praise. We haven't heard back yet from Scottie Pippen.
No, he won't. He must be biting his tongue saying that.
Now, by the way, while we're on this subject, here are my all-time greatest in each sport. Gretzky in hockey. Some people might be shocked at this, but this is my guy. Pete Rose in baseball. It's the number of records, man. Pete Rose in baseball. Yeah. Michael Jordan in basketball. And football, I go with Tom Brady. You could go with Jim Brown.
Right.
But I got to ask, that's the 4 major sports. But you know who I feel is like the greatest of the GOATs? Like if you took those 4 and you said, who is the GOAT? I go with Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan or Tom Brady.
He would have won 8 in a row if he wouldn't have played baseball.
3. He three-peated twice.
And the fact, his just attitude about winning.
Right.
I mean, anyway, that was a great response. Have you watched any college softball?
Few minutes. It's hard not to. They're on every channel.
Exactly.
Women's, NCAA women's college series.
I got hooked on watching some of these games. On Friday night, I watched Alabama and Oklahoma State. and I was rooting for Alabama. They lost 2-0 to Oklahoma State. These pitchers are unbelievable.
Right. What are they, 65, which works out to 102 or something.
Now, have you watched any of the college baseball?
I have.
Oh, my goodness. Last night, the game that went to 14 innings.
Is that SEC?
Yeah, it was Tennessee and
Oh, my God.
Clemson.
Right.
Tennessee and Clemson, 14 innings.
I turned it when it was tied, and Tennessee was up early. In that
But these
5-0.
baseball games are just great. But how about this?
Ping.
These are regionals. These are like the Final Four in baseball, so they're regionals. What's blown me away is these lesser schools who have played. Carolina Coastal.
Well, yeah.
Dallas Baptist destroyed Oklahoma State at Oklahoma State in Stillwater.
Coastal Carolina's got a great program.
I mean, Dallas, who's ever heard of Dallas Baptist? They crushed the ball.
Not me.
Home run after home run. And then I think it was a TCU player. Somebody hit back-to-back innings, grand slams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, my God. Anyway, here's what's funny. I'll go ahead and just say this. I am really enjoying. I always used to say this is like the worst 2 months because there's no football. Screw football. I'm enjoying summer sports, Nick.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, I'm enjoying the college sports. I'm enjoying the playoffs. I'm enjoying Formula One racing. I'm watching it all. Maybe it's because we do a sports show.
Sunday morning. Yeah.
All right, NBA Finals. After the first game, I'm sitting there thinking, all right, I think Miami's run might be over.
Oh, yeah.
How do you beat the Nuggets with Jokic and Murray?
Yeah, Jokic is unbelievable.
I mean, unbelievable.
You don't get to see him because he played out west, but my God.
You know what?
I think,
how did he not win his third straight most valuable player? That was a political gift to Embiid. Embiid. I mean, my goodness. Yeah. This guy's unbelievable.
Yeah. I think Miami will win tonight.
Well, if they win tonight, it's a game. It's game on.
I don't know. I think it'll go.
NHL Stanley, Vegas, Florida. Vegas beat the hell out of the Florida Panthers 5-2 yesterday.
Two of the hottest cities in the country are playing ice hockey.
That's a great point. That's a great. How the hell is Florida? Where's the Montreal Canadiens playing the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Right, man.
What's going on here?
Pittsburgh
Penguins.
Boston.
That's a
best team.
That's a great observation that I missed. Hey, how great is sports going to Vegas? I'm telling you right now. Now that they're bringing Major League Sports to Vegas, you got all that fun. Why shouldn't everybody in America not live in Vegas? Put it this way. If you're single or you're an empty nester like us,
yeah.
I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. I might be moving to Vegas. Will you do the show with me from Vegas?
Absolutely.
All right. John Morant, they're saying that the suspension is going to come up after the playoffs. They don't want to harm the playoffs by announcing the suspension. Right. It's probably going to be 20-some-odd games. But the word is that they have found out a lot of stuff where Stephen A. Smith was talking about they don't know if Jay Morant's going to be alive in 5 years, that this stuff goes deep with this kid. He could be a tragedy, man.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Phoenix Suns, they lose. They fire their coach. They're going to hire Frank Vogel, the Los Angeles Lakers coach.
I told you all these coaches, it's like a carousel.
I know.
I mean, he went to the 76ers, the coach of...
Well, the Celtics are going to keep Mazzulla. They're not going to can him like everybody else.
That was a good move.
The Sixers hired Nurse,
who
came from Toronto.
So where did the guy from, I almost want to say Arizona, the freaking Phoenix, where did he go?
I don't think he's gone anywhere yet, has he?
Sure.
Next up is Kershaw.
Yeah.
Kershaw being the man, speaking out, saying enough of this Sisters of Perpetual, what's it called? Perpetual Indulgence.
Indulgence, yes.
Kershaw standing up to L.A.
Thank God.
All right. We have some lacrosse. The last sport for short white guys. Notre Dame men beat Duke lacrosse. Now I like Notre Dame, but what a white sport. Notre Dame beating lacrosse.
The last
Duke
lacrosse
and lacrosse
involved Duke. Remember the allegation?
By the way, it was terrible what they did to Duke.
And that just settled, and they proved that kid didn't do that.
No, the woman lied.
Lied and
ruined their lives. More college sports. Oscar Tshiebwe saying, see you later, Calipari, off to the pros. There's rumors that he wanted like an $8 million NIL deal to return.
You laugh, but it's coming, man.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Oscar's off to the pros. Calipari's going around the country. I heard Calipari is like in northern Kentucky looking for any high school basketball player who's over 6 foot that can shoot to recruit to his team. I mean, Calipari, no, I'm not joking. But Calipari, he needs players.
Yeah, he does.
Those walk-ons that get in the last 30 seconds, they're going to be starting for him. It's bad, man. French Open, Djokovic has made it to the quarterfinals.
Almost lost in the first round. Right?
Yeah, but he didn't.
In the last round.
I like Djokovic. He's going to slide around on the French clay. How do you play on clay?
The greatest ever. That's hard and dry.
The Memorial Tournament, who won it?
I
was watching. It was McElroy dropped.
Such a choker.
McElroy dropped.
Choker, man.
I was counting on you on this one, buddy.
The kid Victor Hovland won it in a playoff. One
whole playoff
against a kid who never won before, who had the best putting stroke all season.
If you didn't know, folks, this is Jack Nicklaus's golf course south of Columbus.
Been to it twice, man.
I went to it once, many years ago with Steve Preston.
Great event, no doubt. I saw Tiger.
All I could say is my goodness, it's just beautiful.
It is.
It's just beautiful. All right, I already covered summer sports. I'm liking them. Jim Miller KO'd Jose Butler. Now, by the way, this is crazy in the UFC. This guy is on the ground. He hits him once. And while he's on the ground like this, he bounced him again. I'm like, oh, God.
Did you get qualified?
No, because they didn't call the fight yet.
Okay.
But it was ugly, man. Are you paying attention at all with the NFL?
The OTAs?
Yeah, the OTAs.
I laughed at you today. No, I don't hear any news about it.
Off season, what do they call? What's OTA stand for?
Organized team
activities. Organized team activities.
I know that Rogers went to the Taylor Swift concert and considered that part of his OTA.
And Rogers has hurt his calf, but he's enjoying New York. Dancing at a Taylor Swift concert. They say that people have like amnesia going to a Taylor Swift concert, that they forget from the euphoria. I'm like, who are these people?
This isn't the Beatles here, fellas.
Josh, have you ever been to a Taylor Swift concert?
Hell no.
Connor's going to the one since
I've been at an AC/DC concert and I didn't get amnesia.
I've been Pink Floyd.
Have you been to any concert where you got amnesia?
Maybe if I was.
Oh my goodness! It's like the Barack Obama where they had tinglings down their legs.
Right.
Oh my God, man! All right, now next up is your story on the 10-cent beer night, June 4th, 1974 at Cleveland. Tell us this story.
49th anniversary. Well.
Because today's June 4th.
A huge stadium that held 80,000 people, and we used to get about 4,000 in each game. And we had a new public address guy, and he had an idea, man. Let's get 10-cent beer night to get more people in, which it worked. 25,000 people came, and they served 3.2 beer. If you don't know what that is,
it's only 3.2% alcohol.
At 18 years old, we were allowed to buy 3.2.
Right.
But regular beer is only 4%. Well, it turned into a melee. People brought fireworks, and they were drunk. All the sober people left, apparently, and there was fight. Billy Martin was the manager for the Texas Rangers, who they were playing.
Did he fight somebody that night?
He had the whole team go out there, and they were fighting on. It was a forfeit.
I heard the Stroh's beer truck outside just open up the spigots to people to just come.
Serve fast enough.
Well, here's the question: if it's only 10 cents, why do you charge anything? I mean, did they actually collect? I want to know. Did they actually collect dimes for beers?
Well, what's great is 2 weeks later, a month later, on July 18th, they did it again and had 45,000 people show up, but you could only get 2 beers. But again, you could get around that, you think, right?
Where are these promos gone? Where are these promos gone? Eddie Furman used to do crazy promos.
Yeah, he did.
All right, next thing up, best uniforms in sports. I don't think there's any question about it. The best uniform. I thought of this because I was watching the college baseball, and I'm like, man, those guys are in such great shape, and they look so good. You know, their long pants, pinstripes, their logos on their shirts, their hats. There's nothing like a good baseball uniform. And I would say like the Yankees and pinstripes. By the way, the Yankees and the Dodgers are playing tonight. ESPN. Wow, man.
Yeah, the Yankees is probably the best uniform. I thought about that coming down.
The pinstripes.
It's
not the Reds. The Reds uniform's just so bleh.
It is.
Reds. I don't like the Reds logo.
Well, I like it Cincinnati when they're on the road, but when it says Reds big, like, yeah, it's awful.
Now, when I asked this question today by text messages, Nick, your first reaction to best uniform were Cleveland Brown original.
That's right. Traditional Cleveland Browns. They've never changed.
I mean, you would think they would just do something.
What an awful uniform.
I mean, it's awful. The Cleveland Browns. They're named after a color.
Sometimes we wear all brown.
And it's the color brown.
Sickle. Oh, just terrible.
Do you got anything else?
I had something, but I forgot.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
We've already covered that. Do you have anything, Josh, that we haven't talked about?
We'll talk soccer.
Soccer. Okay, let's talk soccer.
I went down to the Pride Parade today. And
oh, my God.
Report back. And apparently, they're all soccer fans.
Well, let's face it. My guess is if you asked me to pick a sport that Pride people got behind, I'd say soccer.
They had FC shirts on all.
Carlo Wessels, Pride fans, your fans. He's my buddy that has season tickets to FC Cincinnati. But you're right. Did they march to the Pride FCC game?
They were headed that way.
They were headed that way. By the way, this has been a big issue on the news because it's all Pride Month. And somebody pointed out this past week, which is true. We only have Memorial Day, Veterans Day. How come there's not Veterans Month?
Yeah.
But there's Pride Month.
A lot of people are pointing that out lately.
I mean, it's really messed up. You know? And why do they have to draw such attention? It's like, you're gay. I don't care. You don't care.
I don't care.
It's like, why do they have to have the pride stuff? It makes no... Okay, you're proud that you're gay. I'm a proud heterosexual. Put it there, Nick.
Oh, we never say that.
We don't go around saying, we're proud heterosexuals. And you know what? It's not about equal rights. It's about special rights.
Yeah, right. I think they just like pissing off conservatives.
I think they do, too. All right. Good show, Nick. We'll see you next week.
Right on.
We'll have more sports. Let's hope Scotty and Mike keep fighting.
Right.
This is the Bulldog. It's Nick Batista, my sidekick. Every dog has their day. Have a great week.
See you.